Edits like the only big ones now.
Light confident with an announcement. I am moving to Philly in July, so I will definitely be coming to NYC for some games. All right. Light confidant saying I'm going to come beat all of you, I guess.
I mean, the game design aspect of it makes no sense.
Alright, keep this.
Did someone hear laughing in the background?
Game surveillance and all the formats and cube and all that.
2 cards on the bottom for Kaplan. Undercity Sewer Surveil. Brazen Borrower dumped into the trash. Pass the turn.
I think this made the format much cheaper. Let me tell you something. In the world where I didn't have money for room.
All right, Kaplan fetching here. Looks like we're getting life totals up. AJ Potato says, I'm excited for the Old Border Delvers coming out in Innistrad Remastered. Yeah, Innistrad Remastered due out soon. I don't know the exact release date. But I don't know. People seem excited for Innistrad Remastered. Are they healed from product fatigue? We'll see.
This deck sort of got unbanned when Psychic Prog got.
Yeah, Kaplan helping out.
That was definitely stupid. Yep.
Dragon's Rage Channeler is back and better than ever. Wow, both players are going to be surveilling in this game. All right, look like an Underground Sea on the top of the deck for Mario. Fatal Push, Dragon's Rage Channeler eliminated, and then a Wasteland. Uh-oh. All right, Kaplan finds a land. Cracks a polluted Delta. And then Delver of Secrets. Wow. Tameo. Card's a big part of the Legacy metagame now. Now a Brainstorm attempting to flip Tameo. Does Kaplan have a Daze?
Drop to 11, then back up to 14.
That's a negative. Well, early flip of Tameo into the Inquisitive Scholar could be a big problem for Kaplan. Dave Kaplan hanging out with us in the chat, pointing out music, I guess? I think Kaplan's iPod is plugged into the to the speaker at the shop, actually. Taller Eric says Dave always has Bolt. He'll be fine. All right, all right. We'll see. Lightning Bolt unlocked in January 2025 metagame, I would say. Dragon's Rage Channeler as well. Delver of Secrets getting some play now. I played against Mario at this event. Mario's deck is really cool. This deck has a nice suite of removal. Some threats that you may not expect, I guess I would say. And making use of some of the, obviously, some of the most powerful blue and black spells in the game right now. My creature-heavy Maverick deck against Mario's removal suite was, it lined up pretty badly. I got smacked around for 40 minutes. Butt says, how are we today, sir? We are doing well. Thank you for asking. Lightning Bolt knocks out Tameo. Toller Eric was right. Delver of Secrets. Well, Insect Elaboration, I should say. Plus a Lightning Bolt took out Tameo. Here's Thought Scour. Milling a Thought Scour. Milling a Tameo.
11 on the reanimate.
Kaplan taking a look at all of it.
Gain 3 again. 17, and you pay 1 life, 16.
So it's 16 to what?
I messed up.
Mario now casting another Thought Scour, but targeting Kaplan this time. Mills a Bolt? Or, no, that was a Volcanic Island and a Delver, I believe? Flashed so quickly. All right, Mario fetches. I believe a Reanimate's getting cast here by Mario.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's the dead. It's like base animate dead.
Whoops, accidentally revealed a Belfast trick.
Pay mana to untap. It doesn't untap normally, but it also gives it a +1/+1. Yeah, so really dumb card.
All right, a reanimate on Tamiyo gets dazed, so that's not happening. And passing the turn to Kaplan. Attacking with Insectile Aberration once again.
You can't play extreme.
Delver's still very much a thing in Legacy. The gloomy folks have been saying Delver is no longer playable and the whole thing for several months now. Delver's playable. It's getting played. Here's Questing Druid. Very interesting. Well, Seek the Beast, I should say. It's getting casted as an adventure. Double Force revealed. It's not being cast as a creature.
I basically stopped playing like competitive Legacy. What's my LGS when I was
Oh, this.
I don't know if I told you that. Like,
No, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah. For police in Minneapolis, used to have.
Okay, a Force of Will. Counter that reanimate. Questing Druid on an adventure now. And a Fatal Push takes out Insectile Aberration. So, no threats on Kaplan's side of the board. A Questing Druid in exile. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Force of Will is gone. I'm assuming Kaplan has Delirium. And I think that was just confirmed. So a Ponder now for Mario. Taller Eric excited for the Adventure token. Dave Kaplan, unlike a lot of you, takes this game seriously.
And then forbid the Panini from using those printers.
Wasteland for Mario, but doesn't fire it off. What does that tell us?
You know, competitive like monopoly practices or whatever. Because basically, like, you know, if Coca-Cola bought Pepsi's a bot.
Found a Trop. Questing Druid deployed. It resolves. Attacking for 3, I believe, with Dragon's Rage Channeler, and that comes through.
Panini from being.
Waiting to waste a Trop, but Questing Druid already on the board. Like Confidant, the Hype Train Conductor, predicting Kaito. Good prediction. Could happen.
Places went out of business.
This deck does have Kaito. I played against Mario.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't have Legacy in Minneapolis anymore.
Bane of Nightmares. Light Confidant was absolutely right. Here it is.
Yeah.
Usually it's more about
Oh, sorry.
having a venue
And
than
if there's
shops
just,
themselves. And maybe community you can just kind of like find a new spot.
I was explaining to Dom, the
What's
interesting
this?
thing was like imagine the stores in Times Square for a location.
Okay. Dragon's Rage Channeler is stunned.
Yeah. I don't know what's
So then like 70 people in here.
How does stunned work? I guess these players didn't draft Duskmorn.
Because everybody,
So it locks it up for 2
nobody wants
turns.
to make a compromise.
Legacy players.
Collapse. I don't think none of us realize
What's stun mean? Is that from Unfinity?
Seek the
that the
Beast,
store gonna
double
close. We're
trigger.
all like, we just find something else.
Seek the Beast, double trigger. So Questing Druid, that's in play. We'll get a almost on counter. Dragon's Rage Channeler will surveil.
Like if Game of Stories ceased to exist, right? Like I imagine, like some people would try to go to Hex.
Harry Houdini has arrived in the chat.
Very awkward.
And then
So it's a bit more like even with
Seek the Beast resolves. It reveals a Mishra's Bauble and a Wasteland. Not super exciting. Questing Druid number 2 is on an adventure. The one that's in play is a 2/2.
right, blue, black, red, or white.
Also,
I'll play the
this is a
Wasteland.
card store that like
I'll play
does a
the
lot of other
bauble,
things, like
trigger
D&D
that.
and other games.
Okay, playing the Mishra's Bauble. Surveil. Thinking about what to do with that top card of the deck. It'll get dumped into the yard. It's a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
we just have our own scene.
Bubble you.
Mishra's Bauble. Let's take a look. Well, Kaplan takes a look. I didn't get to see it. Chili says, got to make a quick reference card for these legacy boomers. Yeah, please do that, Chili. These people are really struggling. All right, the other questing druid comes in. Kaido will get attacked and will head to the graveyard. Gets knocked out by the questing druid. End step Mario is going to fetch. This might be an Undercity sewer. It looks like Mario is hell-bent, facing down 3 creatures. One of them is stunned. The Dragon's Rage Channeler has 1 stun counter left, so it'll be locked down for an additional turn. But Mario's at 12. Kaplan also hell-bent, I believe, but may be able to grow these questing druids and have a quick clock.
So then, so what happened was Cap was in New York for New York Fashion Week.
Brainstorm?
He just reached out for Phil Wolf saying,
Brainstorm for Mario.
make sure commercial with Cap, the new sneakers, wearing the New York stuff. And then she's like, well, he's in New York. It's like, okay, let's buy New York. So then she flew to New York. She got a designer like for clothes and all the stuff. And they went to the high school and the basketball court. And then she needed to rent photographers, film crews, everything. And she didn't know how to do it. She just had to. So if I knew, I have to figure in my head that you were in town because it could really like really cool.
Yeah.
Mario in some trouble. Needs some removal. Bowmaster. Okay, that could eliminate at least one of the questing druids, which will happen. We'll get to a mass, which gives another blocker, I guess. Wasteland fired off on the Volk. I like that. Cut off Lightning Bolt as a possibility. Oh, Kaplan was not hellbent, it turns out. It looks like Kaplan actually has 1 card in hand.
My hand was trashed.
Holy shit. Yes, it's rare, but sometimes
Oh, was there a card drawn off a bauble? I may have missed that. Yeah, Harry Houdini confirms that. I forgot about that. 2/2 questing druid. Delirious Dragon's Rage Channeler has removed its final stun counter. So it'll be unlocking next turn. Just passing the turn. Doesn't want to get double blocked by a Bowmaster and Orc Army. Tamio. Okay. Okay.
the biggest start of the rules because
Is it still top?
Oh yeah, yeah.
because this whole thing is like very important.
Right.
Okay, there's a Tamio on the stack. It looks like Kaplan's thinking about doing something about it.
So the way that they ended up doing,
Force pitching days. That'll grow the questing druid to 3/3. Surveil. Wasteland into the yard. Okay. Okay. Well, can't double block the questing druid anymore. Oof, Murktide. That's pretty good. That grows the questing druid to 4/4 now. This game is going well for Kaplan at this point.
Yeah. In this situation, next
All right, Mario announces, I am dead. Scoops it up. Kaplan takes game 1. Nice game 1. Mario ran out of ammo. Kaido wasn't able to do it. Keith Master Flex saying Murktide's so oppressive. Yeah, I mean, you just, like, if you can't... if you can't match your opponent's Murktide, you just lose the game. Not even Bowmaster can stop Murktide. They don't know what they're doing. They're making these trading cards, and they're just screwing it all up, right, everybody? AP says, have we updated the spreadsheets? Listen, the spreadsheets are looking really good. They're looking really good right now. What decks are tier 1? All right, players have kept their hands. Verdant Catacombs getting cracked. Mario on the play. Here's Tamio again.
Go ahead.
Tamio, no doubt a big part of the legacy metagame these days. There are, a lot of 1 mana cost, powerful creatures, both banned and legal, that are or would be legacy playable these days. Tamio now near the top of that list. It'd be interesting to see how like, even if just for science we unban Ragavan for a day, how that would compare to Dragon's Rage Channeler, Delver, Tameo, and all the other 1-mana cost cards in the format right now, Nethergoyf even. And if it would even be as powerful as it once was. Now I feel sad. AP says, remember in 2021 when people were calling for Murktide bans, remember the fail well. Yeah, sometimes when I'm really bored, I Google, like, ban Murktide or search for it on X. And then just, like, laugh at whatever pops up. Yeah, Dreadheart Arcanist would likely be fine now, too. Expressive Iteration, definitely.
Yes.
I definitely am, put me in the camp of people that looks at the Legacy ban list and kind of thinks, what the hell are we doing? Chili calling for unban of Earthcraft. Chili on record. Put Chili on the panel. All right, some back and forth early game. No threats on the board for Kaplan, which Mario's happy about. Mario looking to play a slightly slower game. Longer the game goes, it's likely Mario will have more powerful threats. Crash on the Bayou says, finally made the live stream. Thank you for being here. How'd you find us? Was it YouTube? Was it Instagram? Was it Blue Sky? D2Ago, thank you for the resale with Prime 17 months. Legacy hype. Thank you. Hydra Conductor Light Confidant says every panel needs an abrasive member. Wow. Wow. Beltful Strix on the board from Mario. That card is unplayable in the Bowmaster meta, right, everybody? What about Bowmaster? Mario doesn't give a crap.
I'll play this land. I will reanimate your turns.
Dragon's Rage Channeler for Kaplan. Kind of the main character of the deck in a way. Big time engine.
It's delirious.
Okay.
Yep, we do have Delirium. Mario checking that. It's an artifact, instant sorcery, land in the guard. Dragon's Rage Channeler will have to attack. And there it goes. A not great attack into a Strix, but Mario's still giving it a thought. Do we want to lose the Strix? No. Long goodbye. Okay.
Like last year that I came here, there's like 3 or 4 of the same.
Yeah.
So Strix remains. Mario using the long goodbye. Aware that a Murktide could be a bigger problem. Just passing the turn. Brainstorm on end step. Not worried about a Bowmaster from Kaplan. This is on Kaplan's end step. Tapping out for it. Seek the Beast in response. So these cards will stick around until Kaplan's next end step. It's just 2 lands, though. So no disruption for Kaplan on this Brainstorm. Audrey pointing out the Strix may stick around to Ninjutsu Kaido.
More he tried those last nights where it's like, oh, we only got 2, so you know, it's like just a wider.
Oh, Alpha Strix?
Like some of these people.
Fetch.
Like, are we
Kaplan going to fetch now. Gets a Volk.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I gained 60.
Because like with Magic, it's just like a lot of people sometimes get purpose.
Okay, Power Blast to Strix. Mario with 2 Wastelands. Gonna hit 2 Volks. Going after the Black Bordered. Baleful Strix attacks. No ninjutsu this time. We know about, though, a Troppin Volk sitting in exile. The 4th Volk will be gone forever, possibly.
How many cards?
It's not what it should be playing.
Right.
2 cards in Mario's hand.
Yep.
Someone's on the side. I'm trying to think why not do share something. We get 2 different creatures.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb. I hesitated from the time before. I was like, oh, maybe I should just go for it. That is the one thing I don't use as a
Oh,
when I play carpet, I was like,
All right, 4th Volk is gone. That's worth keeping in mind. Here's Bowmaster. It could kill the Questing Druid. It does. We get to amass Baleful Strix attacks. Game 2 going a lot better for Mario. Calamity says first time catching a stream. Still new to Legacy, so I have no idea what is going on half the time. Well, welcome to the live stream. I suggest joining our Discord server if you have not already. A great resource, in my opinion, for learning the ins and outs of Legacy and other formats. And hope you enjoy.
And we're playing the more optimal version of this deck with the block therapies. Like turn 1,
So digging up a basic island is Kaplan now. Based on the fetches we've seen, I don't know if it's likely that Kaplan has other basics in the deck. Here's Murktide. Murktide Regent doesn't line up the best with Baleful Strix on defense. Kaplan may need a plan to remove the Strix. If this Murktide is going to swing for victory, that is. So we may run into a little bit of a stalemate here if neither player has removal. It's possible that Mario will just kill this Murktide immediately and move on. Looks like the Murktide is going to be 5/5. Kaplan trying to figure out how to maintain Delirium, it looks like.
I think
Or at least make Delirium easy to get once again. Okay, 6/6 Murktide, it turns out. 6/6 Murktide is in. And then a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay.
The trigger's still gonna happen.
So I'm unclear on whether Kaplan has Delirium right now. Here is a card I really like. Abhorrent Oculus.
how is that card against the boost? Like in theory,
The Oculus, people, you know, like, obviously there are a lot of cards in Legacy that are 3 mana that compare to the Oculus as far as power level. But there's a chance this card isn't getting played as much as it should. Yeah, Legacy player reads standard card, exactly. And then a Manifest Dread has just happened as well. Reanimate got surveilled into the graveyard. Or whatever. Manifest Dreaded into the graveyard. So the face down card next to Abhorrent Oculus is a Manifest. Mario doesn't have the Manifest tokens, which seems like a big mistake. Petty Theft on the Oculus itself. Trigger Surveil.
I'll leave that on top.
And Ox Focus is super good too.
And then it's like, okay, there's so much graveyard heat.
Yeah, exactly.
I found it that last game.
And the fight through, like, endless. This must be.
Ooh, Lightning Bolt on the Strix. This unlocks some pretty big attacks for Kaplan here. The Oculus got bounced. It doesn't look like Mario has enough cards in the graveyard to bring it back. You need to exile 6 cards from the graveyard to cast it.
Go to 9.
Attack for 9, a 2-turn clock. Mario drops to 9. Has a Manifest, a Bowmaster, and an Orc Army. Do we have enough to... Oh, Barrogoyf was the Manifest. Okay. Okay, we got a game.
I have 4 right here. Instant, sorcery, land,
I'm hyped.
artifact.
Yeah, so
It's
5.
already. Creature, land, instant, artifact, sorcery, 5.
So 5.
Yep.
I gain 5.
The Oculus, everybody.
And then mill for 5.
They brought back the Manifest mechanic?
Creature.
And I took 5.
Broken.
Oh, 7. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. 9. And then I'll put Samuel into my hand.
Tamio comes to hand and then gets played. Gets stays, though.
I'll leave that.
Okay.
Which is what we're in right now.
You're on, so I guess you're on like what? Probably 1 minute. What looks like 1.
Yeah, we're going back to Tarkir. I hope they don't bring back Morph. The Morph mechanic was such a mistake, right, everybody? For anybody new around here, the joke is every set and every mechanic was a mistake. We're explaining the joke.
Basic ally.
So, Kaplan has 9 power, but our Barrogoyf on the other side makes that kind of not as good.
One other card.
And an abhorrent Oculus could be on the way next turn, and it'll block the Dragon's Rage Channeler pretty nicely. Unholy Heat. What are we targeting? The Barrogoyf. Okay, Barrogoyf was small enough. Unholy Heat knocks it out. Well, that changes things.
I do not want to play blue copy all deck. I'm not hypocritical fancy deck.
I'm at 5.
Playing against the Bronze.
Yeah, Mario drops to 5. The Oculus still can be played here, but the Murktide is a 6/6. It seems like Mario is going to need the Oculus to manifest something really good here that can flip for 1 mana. What could that be? Okay, put a basic island into the graveyard, manifests. The Oculus is most likely going to have to chump block.
Yeah, you want to get every track. I believe it's like a very small physical area, just in case we're getting every single trade.
Yeah, manifesting a Tamio is a possibility. Manifest Tamio. Flip it over, have it block Murktide, kill the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Ooh, here's a second Murktide. Have you seen this card, Murktide Region, everybody? I think they banned it in Commander, actually.
Usually when not, no matter what a judge call,
I think they even banned it in Pioneer. Yeah, Murktide, what a mistake, yeah.
This cannot be countered, makes it so Ward doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because Ward reads counter that ability and they don't pay it.
I could pay the life if I wanted to.
So the trigger goes, he ignores it, but it doesn't get countered.
Sounds like I'm getting yelled at in the background. All right, so people are attacking. Fatal Push kills Dragon's Rage Channeler. The Oculus, unfortunately, chump blocks the 8/8 Murktide. 8/8 and 5/5 Murktides on Kaplan's side. A Manifest, which Mario needs to be Belful Strix or Barrogoyf or something.
it's like, well, I can still dodge it into a basic planes in first one.
What can Mario do here? Kaplan may be hellbent now.
No, not really.
15.
This Demir deck is heavy on removal. I'm not convinced this is over yet. It looks like one of the cards in hand, though, is Undercity Sewer, which is not very exciting. Yeah, I do remember when Legacy saw a lot of Tassigers, and all right, the manifest was a Marsh Flats. And that is the match. Kaplan gets it. GG's. That was a good match to start the stream, I would say. That was a good match to start the stream. Okay. We're going to set up another poll for the Twitch chat to decide which match we watch next. Let's see what's in the queue. Rugdeller versus Breakfast, or Golgari aggro. We saw this deck on a recent stream versus Esper. Maverick versus Esper. Or Demir Control versus Blue-Black Show and Tell. We saw that we haven't seen this Blue-Black Show and Tell deck on stream in a long time. If you've been following 90s MTG, you may have seen this one before. Or we have Blue-Black Control and Blue-Black Reanimator facing off as the last option. 2 minutes to vote. Get your vote in. Twitch chat voting now in the chat. Our Discord server is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. If you have not already, this is free. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're getting dangerously close to 10,000 YouTube subscribers. And I don't know. It's like mildly interesting, I guess. Hype Train Conductor Light says someone needs to play a webcam match with me, trying to test Grix's control. Yeah, we do have a Legacy League starting in our Discord server very, very soon. In fact, tomorrow. If you would like to sign up for that, sign up in our Discord in the hashtag League channel. All right, about a minute left on this poll. People are voting. People are hoping for a close vote once again, it looks like. I'm going to vote on this one. What do I want? I want... All right, I voted. Do you have to sub to sign up for the league? You do need to have a role. There are details on that in the Discord, in the server guide. Yeah. Hype Train Conductor Light. Hoping this poll goes their way. Light's been dictating the stream so far. Almost out of time on this poll. Less than 30 seconds. Very close. Wow, this was a close one. Another really close vote. Maverick versus Esper is up next as Light Confidant gifts 10 subs. Thank you, Light Confidant. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Moving up to number 9, by the way, on our all-time gifter leaderboard. Thank you. Anybody top 10 on our gifter leaderboard is a pillar of this community. That is for sure. Thank you, Light Confidant. All right, Tolerera contributed 3,800 channel points. Maverick versus Esper is up next. This should be fun. Let's set it up. Let's set this up. Diving in.
It's a free lease of our members going into the room.
Yo, hold the time. I will cast Brace.
I'll keep it.
Sure.
I'll keep.
Side that's true.
Sure.
Okay. Not exactly an Esper start that we were expecting, but Urza's Saga into Retrofitter Foundry. We haven't seen Retrofitter in quite a while. Audrey on the right with Esper, and on the left joining us is Bobby on Maverick. Wooded Foothills getting cracked here.
All right.
Elvish Reclaimer to start the game.
I already messed it up, so I forgot that this is not an instant.
Pretty good.
So Urza Saga has ticked up to 2. Flooded Strand, and then removing the Reclaimer. Okay.
I'll draw. I'll wasteland the saga.
I'll cycle Roland reveal for an island.
Okay.
And
Okay, so a Wasteland on Urza Saga gets responded to. There's a lot of shortcutting happening here. Oh boy. All right, some accidental reveals, but Lorien revealed gets island cycled using the mana from Urza Saga, finding a basic island. Kerpt, thank you for the sub with Prime. Appreciate that.
draw.
Elvish Reclaimer removed. Bobby doing Maverick things so far. Play a creature, waste a land. Staff of the Storyteller. Okay.
3 cards.
3 cards.
Audrey so far playing. Ooh, Retrofitter Foundry was Commander 2019? Staff of the Storyteller from Phyrexia All Will Be One Commander? Do I have those right? Can someone check? Do I have every Magic card memorized? I don't know. I'm nervous at the results.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the answer, you should, because this stuff is going to be on the final exam. Here's Hushbringer.
Creatures until the other dying and this stops my thing. I guess that's fine. Okay.
Retrofitter was Commander 2018. Wait, what did I say? Did I say 19? I guess I said 19. I don't even remember what I said now. Someone rewind it.
Sure.
Another Urza Saga for Audrey. It will get its chapter 1.
I'll draw.
Okay. Maybe I said the right answer. Maybe I didn't.
I'll play Spirit of the Labyrinth.
Spirit of the Labyrinth. Okay. Okay.
You can draw more than 1 per turn, so it's Narset. Force pitch force.
Okay. It gets force, pitching force. Spirit of the Labyrinth is countered. This wasteland may get fired off. It will.
I'll make a token.
Sure.
Okay. Sounds like Audrey is making a servo. There's the servo.
No, trigger.
It won't trigger because
It's like I remember the trigger and I remember it. It's not trigger. Yeah.
I'll attack for 1.
Ouch.
20. Go.
I like it as well. My God, this card has so much stuff.
Well, if you have the...
I don't know. It sounds like Audrey does not have all the Magic cards memorized, and that's something we're going to be looking at. Brainstorm for Audrey. Audrey with Commander deck cards, Retrofitter, and Staff of the Storyteller, talking about a standard card. Hushbringer is not well known enough. Did someone just cough?
Two.
Beginning of combat.
God.
It's a 7/7. It doesn't get the battlefield trigger. It's visual.
Yeah, Soul Guide Lantern and...
Okay, Soul Guide Lantern comes in. It will exile a wasteland. Audrey will pass the turn. I don't think that was supposed to happen. What does Hushbringer's text say?
It's 2/1/0. So for 1, I can sack this and make a 1/1 flyer.
Oh, it's just creatures. Okay. What's the other card that says creatures and artifact? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I'm thinking a doorkeeper. Okay. Gotta have every card memorized, everybody. Okay, Calamity has all the MTG cards memorized.
Yep. 16, 19.
All right, Lifelink Hushbringer comes in. Here's a Once Upon a Time.
You get 5 cards in there? That's your turn.
Okay, Knight of the Reliquary. And that'll be in hand. It was found by Once Upon a Time. End step, we're going to convert that servo into a Thopter using Retrofitter Foundry. Also fetching with Flooded Strand. Scrubland. All right, we've completed Esper. So Audrey now has access to black mana. We're still not sure yet why. This deck is interesting. Wooded Foothills getting cracked here for Bobby. What should this deck be called on the right? Does anyone have anything they want to suggest for that?
Okay. Cut.
Okay, Swords of Plowshares on the Thopter, it looks like happened here. Passing the turn back to Audrey. Has just a 1/1 Spirit. Esper tokens, I think I agree with.
So I have instant sorcery land creatures.
Very cool deck.
I'll practice for a card.
Okay, Soul Guy Lantern gets popped just to draw a card. Spirit will attack.
Cards also. 3 cards. Yep. Okay, 5.
I take 2.
Neither Reliquary on the board for Bobby. End step, Audrey will make a servo.
Take 4. Actually, you have. Oh, yeah.
Did we miss the Staff of the Storyteller trigger there then? Or did I just, I don't know. Did they cycle through it? All right, Swords of Plowshares targeting the Knight. Cracking a Wooded Foothills in response, or Windswept Heath, I should say. Oh, okay, the Hushbringer stops the trigger. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Lush Portico, Surveil. This is in response to a swords. This is in response to a swords on the Knight of the Reliquary. Caracas gets dumped, and it looks like gaining 7 life now as Bobby heading up to 24.
Because I need 3 mana.
I'll draw.
Yeah, we need to have more trust in Audrey probably.
No, because you had the illusionist coming up in your hands. So
Does Audrey have every Magic card memorized? That's the question we should really be asking ourselves.
the additional one. Yeah. No,
It's really going to be.
And if not, why? Why not? Is Audrey busy?
Because you had double days.
Does Audrey want to be the next champion?
and then
Here's Elvish Reclaimer. He's getting forced pitching Tamiyo. All right, Tamiyo thrown into exile. Elvish Reclaimer is countered. Elvish Reclaimer. So I more or less know all the cards in Bobby's deck because I played against Bobby, and Bobby and I have discussed this deck quite a bit. Both of us are Maverick gaming these days. But Elvish Reclaimer tells you that there's a possibility of Merit Lidge. Hushbringer gets saved by a Swords. So the Spirit and the Thopter are gone. Staff of the Storyteller looking sad with the Hushbringer on the table, which I forgot about for a moment. Meticulous Archive, Serval. Audrey deleting family memories to fit more Magic cards. Yeah. You know what? That's what all of you should do.
Sure.
Magic is the most important thing. To an extreme. Robert says I don't have any family memories left. Yeah. Just pack your brain with Magic information. We were chatting with some of the we were chatting at the shop, some of our friends, and someone was talking about the APAC basics from the 90s or early 2000s, wherever it was. And I pointed out, yeah, there was a red pack and a blue pack of APAC basics. And then I'm kind of joking and thinking to myself, like, why do I know this? Why do I know that there were two different color packs of APAC lands? And I don't even own any.
I'll draw. Oh, I'm drawing cards now. Go ahead.
All right, Audrey, you're drawing cards now. Hushbringer is gone. That is a Thopter on the battlefield for Audrey. We'll see if it gets upgraded to a 4/4 construct at some point. Two Bowmasters in Audrey's hand. Very interesting.
Yeah, usually for
Looks like Bobby's running out of gas.
I'll be blown away if you're Grixis rather than Izzet.
Oh, you got 4.
The chain lightning speaks to me that you're on Izzet.
As most of you know watching, the only way to beat a Bowmaster is to have your own Bowmaster. So once Audrey can cast these Bowmasters, he wins the game, you know.
I'm on play. For 3.
There's just no chance that Bobby will be able to come back. All right, so Green Sun Zenith, X is 3. Bobby's just straight up Celestia, so no Grist, no other black cards.
Because I'm not yet.
No red cards. No Nadu. X is 3 on Zenith. What are we looking for? What's the best thing to get here? It might just be a knight. Is there something? I mean, you could get Collector Roof here. Okay, just getting a knight. All right. 6 lands in the graveyard.
Oh, I'm gonna sit around.
I think for my favorite decks to justify like one, but any more than that.
I would have been tempted to find Collector Roof, given the current board. Bobby went for the knight. We'll see how it works out, I guess. Polluted Delta gets cracked. I mean, we know this because we saw Audrey's hand. The knight is going to be hard to beat on a power toughness, but Audrey's going to be able to draw a bunch of cards, potentially, with this Staff of the Storyteller.
Really?
Yeah, it can. I mean, I still think there is like some.
What is Bobby going to do with this knight?
A lot of stuff going on, but.
I got something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible that knight may be overwhelmed by the tokens. Twitch chat not convinced the knight was the best move, maybe. We'll see. Pachuca Bog exiles Audrey's graveyard. I'm not sure Audrey really cares about that. There's a Flagstones of Trocare. Cannot sack it to the knight. End step Bowmaster. Make a token. Trigger the Storyteller. The second Bowmaster won't be making a token, though. Just a masses. Unless this Orc army dies. Okay, converts the Thopter into a 4/4 construct. That's the 4/4 construct token, the correct token.
Island.
17. 16.
Drawing off Staff of the Storyteller now.
Nail that.
Good timing.
Hey, I haven't survived yet.
Okay, Tamio.
It's on the
whatever.
I made for Chalice. That's why I'm not playing Brainstorm.
Sacrifice of planes.
Okay, sacking a plains to the knight. The knight now has 7 lands in the graveyard. What does Bobby want here? Calamity wondering, is having the right tokens a rite of passage to being a legacy player? You know what? It isn't, but it should be. It should be. Someone should tweet about that. The Magic players on X will react really well.
Yeah, I remember
I'll waste the white.
Okay, so a Wasteland and then going after Meticulous Archives. In response, Audrey is going to make a servo, it looks like.
Stuff is dead.
Not Memory's Journey, your...
There's the servo once again. Audrey showing all the correct tokens so far. Sort of.
Ponder.
Yeah, she did.
It just shuffles Steve back
Shuffles
into
him
my
back to
deck.
the deck, yeah.
Elvish Reclaimer. Okay.
It just says target player shuffles up to 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you get to pick.
3 target cards.
Oh, it says 3 target
Yeah,
cards.
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Go. I always mix up.
1, 2, 3, and the fourth is. Almost. Too much.
Okay, passing back to Audrey. Staff of the Storyteller has a counter on it.
Playing.
Yeah, this is where we're at.
I never knew the staff deck ran so many basics.
Yeah. Attack trigger.
Sure.
Okay, Tamio. Make a clue. Crazy wondering, is this the EDH? It could be. Pastina in the chat.
Purple.
God, what an awful draw.
What was that? Oh, the clue. Okay.
So tell me.
Sure.
Okay, Tamio will flip into the Inquisitive Scholar. It will plus to 4 loyalty. Pass the turn. Knight doesn't sack anything on end step. Eight lands in the graveyard now for Bobby.
Just 6 cards in your hand.
Attacking with a Knight of the Reliquary. So it is being chump black by a servo. That servo will convert itself into a Thopter, putting a token, putting a counter on Staff of the Storyteller, and then another Reclaimer. Force pitching Tammy. Audrey pointing out this deck doesn't win fast. Yeah? It looks like that is true. Thopter attacks, gets into damage.
I'll draw.
You got it. Pass.
Monka has arrived in the chat. What's up, Monka T? Say hello to Monka in the chat, please, everybody. If you see someone with a founder badge in the chat, make sure you say hello. Okay, Knight of the Reliquary gets blocked.
I'll make a servo on top.
Retrofitter Foundry, gonna make a servo, then turning into a Thopter. Put 2 counters on Staff of the Storyteller, and Audrey now has 2 Thopters.
Plus on the top.
Okay.
Tamio up to 8 loyalty now.
Big butt.
Big boy.
It's gonna be really difficult for Bobby to break through here. It looks like Tamio is gonna get to ultimate. Tanking with 2 Thopters. Bobby drops to... Okay. One of them is getting ninjutsu'd into Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. So the damage math changes. Bobby drops to 19. And Audrey now has a second Planeswalker.
-2, I'll put 2 stun counters.
Stun counters.
Yeah.
And step.
Follow the
End step Scrib Ranger. Okay, that could get interesting with the Knight. Bowmaster comes in though and targets it. Does Bobby have a Sajiri step or something to save it? Talon Gates of Madara. The Knight has been stunned by the Kaito. So a little awkward here. Bobby tried to untap it, but instead just removed a counter. The Scrib Ranger will phase out. Bowmaster will not amass. Its target is no longer exists.
It is your turn.
You know, you do, unless there's a trigger.
Removing the last stun counter from the Knight.
Like I can't
I'll draw.
stop your priority. So you do have priority.
What does stun counters do?
What was that?
It does. You got Lush Portico.
Oh yeah,
Lush Portico was retrieved by the Scrib Ranger earlier. Lush Portico will be played again. Surveil.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Atlan Liberator or Collector Roof could help Bobby quite a bit in this game, but haven't seen those cards. Thalia dumped into the graveyard, not super effective right now. Yeah, I know what a stun counter does, unlike a lot of Legacy players.
Response to this time. I will go to 5. So, yeah. Yeah, 14. I was at 19. So
Looks like an attack with the Knight. There are 9 lands in the graveyard. Tamio has 8 loyalty.
force, floated pitch,
Tamio.
track set.
Attacking Tamio. Bowmaster will block. It will die in combat. Pluto Delta getting cracked here for Audrey. Making another servo. That'll put another counter on the staff, which now has 4 counters on it.
Cards.
4 story counters on the staff of the Storyteller.
Half. So 12.
All right, passing back to Audrey, who untaps. It looks like Bobby's going to scoop it up.
Oh, yeah, shut up.
Oh, do you want to do something second phase with this?
So game 1 goes to Esper. Audrey up a game.
When you said, you're like, oh, you're probably not Grixis. Yeah. I'm saying, like, I don't think Grixis is very good just because of the existence of all that. It'll be fine here because there's not nobody plays it. Yeah, no, I would not play Grixis.
Audrey in the chat pointing out that they counted 25 cards in the deck, and we're thinking about not ultimating Tamio. That game went really long.
Yeah, I think
It's unclear to me how the game would have gone from that point, but probably Audrey would have won.
so like the
Bobby needed a collector roof. Or a rampaging Yaogwai, something.
Does it play 4 consigned memories?
Sure.
I'll try it.
Okay, Windswept Heath, Elvish Reclaimer. We're underway for game 2. Prismatic Ending, targeting the Reclaimer. Unlikely Bobby will be forced of willing that. Elvish Reclaimer is gone.
Because you're going to be able to get around it anyway, so it's a speed bump. It doesn't actually do anything.
Oh,
How is that card against
This one card.
the oops guys? Like in theory, it makes sense.
It's okay. It's definitely okay. Right? But they haven't.
Okay, passing back to Audrey. Passing back to Bobby, actually. Windswept Heath gets cracked.
Bobbles out, which is like its biggest predator.
Vaccine bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other.
Getting all the NDFC lands.
Yeah, it's like an insane
But
ball.
the other.
Basic Plains. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Not too bad.
That's always the thing. No, that card is super cool. Yeah, yeah. That was a pick when Doomsday was playing.
Retrofitter Foundry. Wasteland, targeting there is a Saga. Pretty good. Attacking with the Spirit. Outland Liberator, not too bad. It has become day. All right, looking not too bad for Bobby here in game 2. Has the Spirit, has the Liberator, wasted a Saga. It becomes night. Audrey's in trouble.
If you get rid of the Thassa win, now we have a 2-turn pop. Can you beat that?
Whenever Frenzied Trapbreaker attacks, that's the backside of Outland Liberator. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, so this Retrofitter Foundry is in some danger. Mother of Runes. Pretty good. Pretty good. Attacking and blowing up the Retrofitter Foundry. I'm just going to make a servo in response, and that could potentially be blocking Spirit of the Labyrinth, which is not the best for Bobby here. Not sure we wanted to lose the Spirit in combat. Okay, it's getting swords. Okay, it should definitely have been swords before blocks. Okay. A little bit of a misstep by Bobby here, missing out on 3 damage. Swords on that servo before damage would have been a lot better. Now it becomes day.
Toxic Deluge for 2?
Toxic Deluge X is 2.
Because it's like, it defines that force so well is necessary.
Alright, board wipe. Bad news for Bobby.
You don't want them to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. You took me off.
Without social checks.
It was looking really good for Bobby for a moment there. Noble Hierarch, the lone creature on the board now. And Audrey's going to have a chance here to go off a bit, maybe. Ponder to start after the Spirit of the Labyrinth is gone. Now safe to cantrip.
Already on 4 sagas.
Okay. No, I mean like the mana base can support it. Oh, well, I guess you don't have any double color cards.
Yeah, the mana is supported to a certain extent. There's a bit of like strange pips, but for the most part.
Yeah, now staff of the Storyteller. So Audrey's starting to get the engine going after the Toxic Deluge wiped the board of Hate Bear creatures. I'm hoping that this game doesn't end with Audrey at 2 life or something. There's a Wasteland, nothing to hit with it. Staff of the Storyteller gets activated.
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm, free, ready to go.
I mean, I'm not a hypocrite for playing a blue purple deck, but I hate playing against Ojo.
Been playing these Maverick decks for a while. If you've been watching our streams, you're aware I've been playing a deck similar to Bobby's. Also a Zenith deck. Mine is Abzan. White, black, green. And board wipes like Supreme Verdict, Terminus, Toxic Deluge. They're tough. They're tough to beat.
On top of all the other reasons, top could never be on.
Get all your little hate bearers on the battlefield. You start trying to, you know, deal some damage, and the board wipes hurt. Wrath of the Sky is another one. Soul Guy Lantern. Okay, so Audrey apparently did take 5 damage from the attack earlier. Maybe I missed that. Fair enough. I thought I heard Bobby saying, well, you blocked Spirit of the Labyrinth, so you take 2, but all right, whatever. Also, Frenzy Trapbreaker has 3 power. I don't know what happened. It should have been 6 damage coming in. Right? All right, Plane Cycling Timeless Dragon.
This to my hand.
Okay.
Sounds like it's getting eternalized. Remember the eternalized mechanic? Wow, that one was a mistake.
So the trigger goes.
All right, so the token placed in the center of the table is a Timeless Dragon Eternal. Wasteland on the Tundra, not super important. Eternalize was a good mechanic? Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. I'll draw.
Thank you, Double Tank Judge.
Just to be super clear and to explain the joke is that every set and every mechanic was a mistake. That's the joke, everybody.
When was the last time you played that deck?
Oh, I just did a couple days ago. But I did a version that had Wastelands in the main, and I had 2
Like the Tempest set. What were they thinking?
that all had Wastelands and Crucibles.
Pithing Needle, naming Caracas. Okay. And then Tameo, which is a legendary creature. And Caracas cannot do anything about it.
Yes. 2 spells. Yep. If you have more, I don't have a renegade.
Ramanab Excavator. Okay. Soul Guy Lantern in response getting activated. So Ramanab will not be able to play anything from the graveyard this turn, possibly.
Because once again, sewing Max Bond just fucking wrecks your shit. Enforceable is bad.
Is time memory, is that good?
No, I mean, I think it's not memory in the deck, but it's like, it's hard to be holding open all this blue. Like, I can maybe hold open.
Yeah, every card is a mistake, as Chili in the chat points out.
You get investigate.
Unload your hand, and then.
Tameo makes a clue using the investigate mechanic. Oh boy. Lorien revealed. It's going to resolve. Tameo turns into a planeswalker. Yeah, Universes Beyond Trash Arabian Nights was a big mistake. I agree.
Somehow, because like with all these decks, because like
Wizards just continues to let me down.
that I just lost.
Okay, Tameo will get protected by a chump blocking spirit. Ramanab Excavator will not be able to hit it for 2. There was an exalted trigger in there. Green Sun Zenith X is 2. Okay. Okay.
I think it's more or less just like
Fetching response.
No,
Fetching in response. Yeah, banding was definitely a mistake.
Hey, that's your ticket for the week.
Canine Curator. Okay, okay, okay. It could potentially be a 7/7 Trampler. This Zenith for 2 didn't find Collect a Roof, which is interesting. Yeah, Bushido was a mistake. I agree. Aurelia getting really dark in the chat.
I'll eat the...
I was on Blue Black Oculus.
Oh, that deck was cool.
That deck was really fun.
With Thought Skyward Under.
Yeah, that deck was really fun.
Oh, here. So
And you get to play with cards.
that's land and enchantment, right?
Yeah, all right. So figuring out how to grow this curator as soon as possible. Exiling an Urza Saga counts for 2 types, enchantment and land. Exiling a Retrofitter Foundry. That's 3 types now. Should be pretty good. Pretty easy, I should say, to grow the Key9 curator. Toxic Deluge getting cast, though, after returning it with Tameo. And that is the match. Double Toxic Deluge. Really hard to beat. Audrey gets it. GG's. GG's. Astra's going to need to calm down in the chat. Just calm down. All right, let's set up another poll, keep things moving along. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. Your options will be Golgari aggro versus Esper tokens, the deck we just saw. Or Blue-Black Show and Tell versus Blue-Black Control. Rug Delver versus Breakfast. Reanimator versus Rug Delver. Or Bant Zenith versus Death and Taxes. 2 minutes. Get your vote in. Get your votes in, everybody. Poll happening right now in the chat. Our Discord is up on your screen. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. That's where our community is hanging out. Okay, let me just make sure my phone notifications are not coming through on the screen. That would be embarrassing. And we also have a Patreon. If you've been liking 90s MTG, go follow our Patreon page. You can follow it for free. Get connected. It's kind of like our mailing list, I would say. Crinky Doom has arrived in the chat. What's up, Crinky? All right, votes are coming in on this poll. Looks pretty one-sided so far. Let me see. What do I want? I want... I don't know what I want. All right, I voted. About 30 seconds left to vote. Which match we will watch next? It is up to you, people of the chat. It is up to the people of the chat. If you watch 90s MTG on YouTube and you're thinking, why are we watching Deck X versus Deck Y and not some other... Twitch chat votes which matches we will watch. I have no power. I have no power. It turns out. The stream has been hijacked. Long time ago. Bant Zenith versus Death and Taxes up next. Akalith contributed 1,400. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's set this up. Diving in. All right, on the left side of your screen, joining us is fan favorite Roland Chang on Death and Taxes. And on the right, we have Bant Zenith. That would be Rockford.
Once a week if I can, and just to make sure it doesn't like...
Yorion has been revealed as a companion. Getting ready to go.
All right.
Best of luck.
Best of luck.
It should be interesting. Two talented players from the New York area facing off. Tropical Island. Ponder to start the game for Rockford. Your opponent goes Trop Ponder. What deck are they playing? Let's pretend we don't see in the bottom right what the answer is. What deck would you think it is? And let's ignore that we know it's Rockford too. Yeah, people predicting Nadu or Beanstalk. Yeah, I think that's where I would be thinking. What I would be thinking. Prismatic Vista for Roland.
Chris, quick question.
It's resolving your fury.
So, like, I haven't declared numbers yet.
Yeah.
I still know. Can you just...
That's right. If you put 4 damage on here, can I redirect all 4 damage?
Okay, it took forever, but we found a basic planes. Either Vial is going to be the play here for Roland. There it is. All right, Prismatic Ending will remove the Either Vial. Rockford respecting the power of Either Vial. One of my favorite legacy cards. Do we have any Vial fans watching? What kind of Vial decks do we have in our chat and YouTube commenters section? Akalith, a well-known Vial enjoyer, of course. Esper Vial is the best one, says Aviator. You know, if I had Gilded Drakes, I'd be Esper Vialing. You have my word.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say
All right, Roland with no turn 2 play. Could be holding up a Bowmaster. Brainstorm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's happening.
Keep forgetting Bowmaster. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Rockford, you walked right into that one.
There is a Bowmaster.
Roland with an evil laugh here. Bowmaster, they made this card, and now people can't even brainstorm anymore. Where has this game gone?
I feel like you might run away, so
Steven with a question. Sorry, I don't know much about Twitch. Does it help the channel if we spend channel points? The channel points are just for fun. If you want to help the channel, Steven already has a Twitch sub, but there's a tipping currency on Twitch called bits. You can use that. That helps the channel. If you have bits in the chat, jam some bits. Okay, it looks like a sword's happening on this Bowmaster, so this Brainstorm will be protected. Roland does still have a 1/1 Orc army, though. And if you want to become a 90s MTG member for free and you have Amazon Prime, you can head over to our Twitch channel and sub for free, which is pretty neat.
okay.
All right, Mr. Rainforest, pass the turn. Thoughtseize on the stack. Roland's going to take a look at Rockford's hand. Double Force, Nomads and Core, and Bristly Bill. Bristly Bill. What are we taking here? I mean, Nomads and Core is the combo piece, and it's probably the most scary card. Bristly Bill, though, things can get out of hand with Bristly Bill, but it'll likely be easier to disrupt for Roland. Likely.
Force, Bristly Bill,
Wow, okay, taking a force of will. Well, Roland seems to have answers to the creatures. Attacking with the Orc Army.
Second man there.
Flooded Strand gets cracked by Roland here.
I'm going to tap 2 for an Umezawa's GT.
Yeah, that's fine.
Umezawa's Jite. Okay. This may be an explanation for the play we saw a moment ago where the Thoughtseize took a force. And Umezawa's Jite could be a great way for Roland to disrupt the breakfast stuff, like Nomads and Core, and potentially remove Bristly Bill. There it is, Bristly Bill. Make a land drop, trigger Bristly Bill. All right, Bristly Bill's going to grow a bit here. That fetch land was a good draw. It's going to take a lot of effort by this Jite now. Okay, Rockford has fetched, found a Tundra. Nomads and Core. Pass the turn. Bristly Bill now has 2 plus almost on counters on it. Nomads and Core, though, is a 1/1.
So landfall, it gets +1/+1.
Yep.
Bristly Bill has landfall, plus almost one counter on target creature. And for 5 mana, you could double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Which, needless to say, can have things spiral completely out of control. The 1/1 Orc Army gets equipped with the Jite.
GT is removed.
It gets 2 counters when it hits me.
When it's combat damage.
To anyone, not
Anyone,
just
yeah. A player,
creature, whatever.
Creature. Okay. So, and then I can remove 1 to do.
Oh boy.
-2 to a creature.
What does Umezawa's Jite do? I don't know.
+2/+2. -1/-1. Or gain 2 life.
Did these players draft Betrayers of Kamigawa? Feeling like they didn't.
That's fine. The equip is
Cool. I was right, right? -1/-1, +2/+2, or plus gain 2 life for each.
Oh boy.
Remove charge counter. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn, or you gain 2 life.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nomads and Core could be in trouble. Swords on Bristly Bill. Uh-oh. Fetching with Mr. Rainforest in response. Bristly Bill is in trouble now. Ew, did someone just cough in the background? I think actually I remember this. Someone coughed in the background. They were escorted out. Bristly Bill is gone. Nomads and Core has a +1/+1 counter on it, but it's in some trouble now. Hedge Maze Surveil. I'm not sure if Rockford should have put this Nomads and Core down, but yeah, Bristly Bill was a 4/4, so Rockford will gain 4 life.
Cool.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I get this
Okay. I'll swing in.
No loss.
Alright, so it'll get 2 counters on GT.
Yes.
And I'm going to now.
Jite will get 2 counters, then remove both, kill the Nomads and Core. Rockford takes 1 in combat.
one floating. I'm gonna give the Chaos Compiler here.
Rockford's in trouble now. Umezawa's Jite is going to be really good. Green Sun Zenith X is 3, though. That could potentially find Nadu Sky Nomad. There it is. Wow, is that an etched foil? That's bling. Legacy players love etched foils. They go crazy. Every time Wizards announces etched foils are going to be in the next collector boosters, Legacy players lose their minds. They love it. But when they announce retro frame, Legacy players get upset. Some of them cry. And protest, actually. And then they rage tweet about it. This stuff really matters. All right, so Jitte is attached to a 1/1 Orc army. Nadu Winged Wisdom on Rockford's side. The cool part about Nadu is now anything targeted by the Jitte will trigger Nadu. Mother of Runes, Stoneforge, pretty good. Pretty good. Just a Force of Will in Rockford's hand. Roland's going to search with Stoneforge. What are we going to look for? Could be College of Complete. Could be pre-war formal wear. Could be Pip-Boy 3000. You never really know.
Yeah. Is Cauldron. Yeah, Cauldron. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna pass it.
All right, it'll be College Complete. It's in Roland's hand. Some people think I'm a troll. Others think I'm serious. Some people are watching this channel, they have no idea what the hell is going on. Yeah, have you watched that channel, 90s MTG? That guy is weird.
1, 2, 3.
I can't tell what he thinks. All right, Nadu attacks. Roland untaps. The Mother of Runes no longer summoning sick. Roland should be able to race this Nadu, I think. Crinky Doom says, I don't even play Legacy. I'm just here for the podcast ASMR. You know what? I dig it. Some market research has revealed that half of 90s MTG viewers actually don't even play Magic. They're just like people that aren't even into the card game hobby. All right, Phantom Blade gets dropped in by Stoneforge Mystic. Somewhat new card from Assassin's Creed.
Now, also ETB, it can destroy a target creature, up to one target creature.
What does it do? I don't know. All right, it's going to attach itself to the Orc army, it looks like. It's going to target Nadu. Nadu will trigger. Prismatic Ending to hand. Prismatic Ending could potentially remove that Jitte, which is going to be a big problem. Mother of Runes can't protect an equipment.
Swing in for 2. No box. 2/2 right now. We're going to get 2 counters here.
Okay, the Umizawa Jitte will get 2 counters. Roland in a good position at the moment, though. Correcting the mana for Stoneforge, I guess. Mother Runes is live. Prismatic Ending, as I mentioned a moment ago, could remove this Jitte. Can unlock some plays for Rockford. But Rockford only has Ending and Force of Will in hand right now. Alright, passing the turn back to Rockford.
Let's pawn.
Okay, Ponder resolves. Ponder shuffle.
Okay. I guess we'll also brainstorm.
Yep.
Alright, now a brainstorm. Roland has not flashed in a Bowmaster. Rockford trying to figure out how to kind of get back into this game. Is Richard and Port coming back? Maybe. Maybe. All right, passing back to Roland. Did not go after the Jitte with the prismatic ending. Maybe going to wait for the germ from College to complete. But there's a Mother of Runes. All right, Stoneforge getting activated. There's College complete.
All right.
Kivyuk arrives in the chat.
Yeah. All right. So 2/2 and.
Okay, attacking with a germ, attacking with an orc army. Lots of equipments are equipped to creatures that are tokens. Umizawa Jitte going to get some counters. After giving orc army +4/+4. Okay, so going to remove the 2 counters that were on the Jitte to speed up this clock, give the orc army +4/+4, put Roland in range of a victory next turn. Even if the orc army somehow gets removed, the Jitte can shift around. The Kaldra complete gives the germ trample. And Stoneforge could potentially attack next turn as well. 4 mana. 3 mana. 1 mana. Brainstorm. Okay, we're going to game 2. Rockford concedes and Roland takes game 1. That Umezawa's Jitte was pretty good. Magic Ads arrives in the chat. Sorry for being super late. You know what, Magic Ads? You can do whatever you want. It's all good. But next time, be on time. Next time, be on time. Got to do better. Magic Ads, thank you for the resub. 10 months. Appreciate that. Yeah, Batterskull ranks a bit lower than ever maybe on the equipment depth chart for these Death and Taxes decks. Guess it depends if there's burn in your meta, right, everybody? All right, 1 card on the bottom for Rockford, a mull to 6. Misty Rainforest pass. We're underway. Game 2. Shout out to Light Confidant. Shout out to Iron City Trades. You see in the top left of your screen. Our monthly gifter leader. And our monthly cheer leader. Supporting the stream big time. Either Vial. It resolves. You saw another Vial in game 1, but Rockford removed it immediately. Here's a Meticulous Archive. Surveil. Someone else was just removed from the venue for coughing. That's all happening in the background as we're watching this game. Okay, Mr. Rainforest passed the turn. Vial gets a counter.
And sure.
Okay, and a second Vial. Not too bad. Mr. Rainforest gets cracked for Rockford. Maybe going to find a Hedge Maze and Surveil again. Surveil. There it is. Okay, Tropical Island dumped into the trash. Mr. Arch, thank you for the resub. 23 months? 23 months, and the message, are we ever going to address that these matches are clearly from the 2020s, not the 1990s? You know what, Mr. Arch? You're making a great point. We're going to look into it, and we're going to get back to you as soon as possible. Delighted Halfling makes an appearance here on Rockford's side. Lord of the Rings, everybody. Did they test Delighted Halfling for Legacy thoroughly? Shadowy Backstreet for Roland. Servo. Backstreet's back, says Roland. Scrubland into the trash. Roland will untap. The vials will be at 2 and 1 charge counters each. There are quite a few 2-drops in Roland's deck that could be problematic. Stoneforge, Bowmaster. Are 2 that we saw in game 1. An Orc army ended up being a big problem in that game.
That's white, right? Yes.
Okay, Wasteland on the Meticulous Archive. It's blown up. Rockford cut off a white for the moment, at least as far as lands. The Delighted Halfling can technically provide white, but that's a little bit of a restriction on that. Island. Tapping 4. Green Sun X is 3. Could potentially find a Nadu. Rockford's going to take a look. It is Nadu.
Pass turn?
You take. You're going to put in.
Sure.
Instant Vial gets activated, drops in a Stoneforge. Roland's going to take a look through the deck, find an equipment. What will it be? Cauldron complete.
Cards in hand, you have 3. Good.
3 cards in Rockford's hand. Rockford has Nadu, though, and as many of you that have been watching the stream are aware, or just if you've been playing Modern, or just if you've been paying attention to Magic at all, Nadu can be explosive and powerful. And this Cauldron Complete may not be enough if Nadu is able to go off. We're going to have to see how the next 2 turns play out. Rockford's also at 18 life, which leaves some time for Nadu to do its thing. Yeah. Tremendous card advantage can be found with Nadu and Nomads in Core, or Nadu and Shuko. We saw Bristly Bill earlier. Sometimes you're going to see the Scythe Cat Cub. A lot of little tricky things in these Nadu decks these days with Green Sun Zenith. Skyclave Apparition. It's going to target Nadu. Winged Wisdom will be revealed on the Nadu trigger, and Nadu is exiled.
That's RFG.
And Boseiju comes in as a land, so it's not going to be in hand. Yeah, Nadu is exiled. It will not be coming back. Instead, a 3/3 illusion will be created if Skyclave leaves the battlefield. Now it looks like Stoneforge is going to drop in Cauldron Complete.
Swing there.
Yeah.
Swinging for 5.
At 13.
And I will pass it on to you.
Okay. Germ attacks, equipped with Cauldron Complete. Magic Ads, thank you for the gift sub. Really appreciate it. 101 gifted subs on the channel now for Magic Ads. Number 7 on our all-time leaderboard. And Crinky Doom, thank you for the sub with Prime. 12 months, that's a year. Thank you, Crinky. You did. Sylvan Safekeeper, a little bit late to the party.
Five in hand? Three in hand.
3 in hand.
Yeah, Cranky just hit a huge achievement. The 1-year badge on 90s MTG.
Alright. Be brave.
All right, Brave Brainstorm. It resolves unchecked by a Bowmaster. Or even more scary, a Spirit of the Labyrinth. Can you imagine? Cranky says, I came from YouTube. Cranky, you know what? You did it. Okay, Birds of Paradise comes in. End step, Roland will activate a vial, drops in another Stoneforge Mystic. Consigned to memory on its ETB trigger. Alright, alright. So Stoneforge had its ability countered on ETB.
Let's see.
Thinking about now the vials.
What we're doing here.
Yeah, Cranky Doom had a kind of a big moment on one of our live streams where their son was born during one of our streams and it was announced in the chat during the stream. Fun moment. Yeah, it might be on a YouTube. Well, it is on YouTube somewhere. I don't know. I don't have the link. Someone find the link. All right. 3 charge counters on one vial, 4 on the other. Working up towards that Urion that is still in the companion zone. Encampment suggesting that the birth is on YouTube.
Sack of land, get the creature shroud.
Sylvan Safekeeper on Rockford's side could protect some creatures, but needed that before this Skyclave Apparition showed up and removed Nadu. All right, attacking with the Germ, equipped with Cauldron Complete, and a 2/2 Skyclave Apparition. It's okay. No blocks, take 7, drop to 6. Passing it back to Rockford. Oh man, No Man's in core now. That Safekeeper really needed to arrive sooner. Rockford would be going off right now. That's the way it goes, though. I mean, you know, you're not guaranteed to have everything go your way. Otherwise, these decks would be ridiculous. Roland able to disrupt. One of the vials up to 5. Okay, attacking with Cauldron Complete. Or at least the Germ equipped with it. Sending in everybody? Unclear what Roland's plan is. Just Cauldron Complete coming in. So this is not an attack for lethal.
How does this interact
So
with Trample and Super Death Touch?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe as Damon, or I don't think he's here. Shoot.
Okay, it looks like they're trying to figure out a judge call here. So how does Cauldron Complete and No Man's in core, how do they interact? And the players are trying to figure that out now. So let's think about this. if you block a Cauldron Complete equipped creature with a Nomads and Core, the ability on Nomads and Core says the next 1 damage that would be dealt to Nomads and Core this turn is dealt to target creature you control instead. So the damage is dealt to somebody else instead. So that creature would be receiving the damage, and if that creature lives, it would be exiled. The other thing is with Trample, you have to assign enough damage that the creature would die in combat, forgetting all abilities that exist and everything. You have to assign enough damage, and then the rest of the damage to the opponent. You can assign more, which creates an interesting situation here. We're going to see how this plays out.
Don't take effects.
Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any idea what the hell is going on? Does anybody care what's happening on today's stream? Yeah, except for Death Touch. Except for Death Touch. Death Touch is the one thing that changes the situation. But it still would be considered, 1 damage would be considered lethal. Okay, Akala says you have it right. So, all right, we're still in this judge call of sorts here. I think I get this judge call now.
Yeah.
Anybody want a judge call to help?
Anybody. Whoever.
Interesting judge question.
Okay.
Is a brain buster.
Actual like Cauldron attacking and Nomad is blocking. He's trying to figure out when the redirection and also if
the Cauldron ability exiles it.
Well,
oh,
no. So it tramples. This has 1 toughness.
Yeah.
But like, if I redirect the damage, do I still take 4 trample damage, or does it
I believe so. But trample, you assign enough damage that it would die. So it's when you trample is assign damage ability, so you would only be assigning 1 damage.
All right.
To the Nomads, unless you for some reason wanted to assign more, and that's up to him.
Okay.
Is my understanding, and I think my understanding of the situation goes that far.
Okay.
But I think that's the answer you're looking for.
What is it again?
So the way trample works is you choose to deal damage, and then excess damage is dealt to the opponent.
Right.
So you could say you're going to deal 5 damage to this, or you could say you're going to deal 1 damage to this. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Is my understanding.
What about like the first strike part?
The first strike part still matters.
Still matters.
Yeah.
So
It would just be first strike trample damage.
First strike trample damage. Okay.
All right. What does first strike do?
So I guess we were on the right track.
Yeah.
But it would just basically only be able to absorb like 1.
Yeah, so I think then the way I'm going to do it is...
And it doesn't have the death touch thing if it were...
I think I explained that pretty well, actually.
So I'm going to block like this.
Okay.
And then...
assign damage so that...
Okay, so we have blocked officially with Nomads and Core and Deleted Halfling.
Oh, 2. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was a 1/1. So 2.
Okay, and then I'll take 2. This will exile.
Okay.
And then I will take 2.
And you'll take 2 because 3 was absorbed.
Yes.
All right, so then
And
which
then
one
this
is
alive?
How is that alive from?
Because it's redirecting. This takes
you're
0
redirecting
damage.
it. Yeah, okay.
So this will take 3 damage.
Yeah.
And I'll
That
take
makes
2. Okay.
Okay.
And they still exiled it, which is wrong. But okay. Okay, we somehow got through that combat step. It only gets exiled if it lives. College of Complete is a very strange card. And they probably should not have done the trample mechanic, is I think what we've learned today. Trample was a mistake. Like Confidant, absolutely right.
I never usually get to do it.
Close to proper resolution, but still got it wrong. Rockford and Roland will both be given suspensions. To let a halfling place in exile was wrong.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, besides right.
One, two, three.
Yeah, you can basically kill this. Yeah.
Where's trample on the storm scale anyway? Shouldn't be in every set. It should be in every like master set only. It's too complicated.
All right, 7 minutes left in the round, everybody. 7 minutes.
7 minutes left in the round and is announced.
I think that's all she wrote. I don't think I got it. I needed a Nadu or a cantrip.
All right, looks like Rockford is conceding. Both players have been flagged and will be ticketed by the DCI. I handled a judge call even though I'm not a certified judge. It's all going wrong on 90s MTG, but GG's, I guess. GG's. Roland gets it. Roland gets it. Trample. Oh, boy. Yeah. What a mistake. Yeah, this stream is a disaster. AP pointing it out, and absolutely right. Should probably just end the stream. Never come back. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote in the chat. Your options will be, hopefully no more judge calls on today's stream. Your options will be Rug Delver versus Breakfast, or Black Green Aggro versus Esper Tokens, or Blue Black Show and Tell versus Blue Black Control, or Black Green Aggro versus Reanimator, or Green White Dark Depths versus Painter. 2 minutes. Get your vote in. Get your vote in. Twitch chat voting now in the chat. Spluax says, just came almost at the end, always enjoying the games. Thank you for being here. AP unsure what format we are playing. That's okay. That's okay. Hagel calling for a penalty of double collection forfeiture. Yeah, I think both players should just give it up. Yeah. Encampment says, when do we get Cauldra Absolute? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Encampment wondering, do I know of any big legacy events coming up in Q1 in the Northeast? There are some 1Ks in the New York City area coming up. Best place to look for that would be our Discord server. But don't forget, the best 50 players in the world converge every Saturday for the Legacy Challenge. And then the metagame will be decided by all of that, I think I would say. All right. Less than a minute for voting. Crinky Doom thinking about rigging the poll, bragging about 19,000 channel points. Pretty one-sided vote so far. We'll see if someone tries to rig this thing. We also have a Patreon. Reminder on that. Find the link to our Patreon and follow it for free. It's kind of like our mailing list. Go join our Patreon, everybody. Whether you're watching live or watching later, take a moment, go find our Patreon. And if you're watching live or watching later, bookmark our TCG Player affiliate link. Save it for later. I really do appreciate the help on that. Audrey contributed 2,000 channel points. Golgari versus Esper up next. Let's do it. Let's do it. Diving into it. Let's do it.
It's cute. Close.
Yeah, sure. All
right, joining on the left with Golgari is Vin, and on the right we have Audrey on Esper Tokens. This Golgari deck we saw on stream recently and was a real treat to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing this battle play out. Thank you for the bits, Magic Ads.
I remember that Friday was on my day.
1, 2.
Players still getting ready to go. It looks like Vin has taken a mulligan. Audrey has kept 6. Vin ready to go with the D20 spin downs. What sets are on those, though? Are they from Duskmorn? They both look like Duskmorn spin downs. Thoughtseize to start the game. Bowmaster, double swords, Urza Saga, double flooded strand, and a swamp. Swords to plowshares or Bowmaster is the choice. There's a backup swords.
This is the Bowmaster.
Bowmaster selected. Bowmaster gone. Audrey will play a swamp. Retrofitter Foundry, that was a good draw.
You have 3 mana to untap it, 2 untap to create a dude, 1 untap to create a dude.
So first I make a 1/1.
Yeah.
If I pay 1 and sacrifice that 1/1, I make a 1/1 that flies, and then if I tap it and sacrifice the 1 that flies, I make a 4/4.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Pretty much. Retrofitter Foundry is in. That is our Nurturing Peatland. Hymn to Turak. Okay. You know what? I'm cheering for Vin now.
5? 6-year-old. I keep that because you have football, Lord of Spetal, and you have a lot of
Okay, discarded are the 2 flooded strands. All right, well, that could be a problem. Audrey now just Saga, double swords in hand. Hymn to Turak, everybody. The Retrofitter Foundry can start making some tokens, though. Wasteland's going to be pretty good here. Stalactite Stalker, fire off the Wasteland. Going to make a servo. Saga dies. Stalactite Stalker has descended. Basic planes for Audrey. Pass the turn. Audrey has found a plains, so can fire off Swords to Plowshares on a Stalker if Audrey wants to. That was a good draw of a plains.
Yeah. Okay.
Retrofitter Foundry is live. Attacking with the Stalker. Gonna make another servo and double block. That is okay with Vin. Stalker gone. Servo's gone. 40 Catacombs cracked. Crawfish coming in says, nice to see some legacy gameplay. You know what? You're right. Here's Tarmogoyf.
4, right? Yeah. Instant land, sorry, sorcery land, creature,
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Tarmogoyf has 4 power.
Could have been a fraud.
Wow, Audrey finding the lands. All right, Swords to Plowshares on the Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf is gone. Retrofitter Foundry is start making some more servos. Unfortunately, Vin just plays a land and looks like passes the turn. Make a servo.
Dark Depths, dude.
Move to combat.
1. I wanted a bit more games.
Jutsu.
Oh, shit. How much is it?
3.
7.
Surveil.
Yep.
All right, they brought back the ninjutsu mechanic. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares, jumps in. And I think the life totals didn't get updated on the phone.
19?
Yes, because I plowed, you went to 20.
Yeah, and then came to 3.
That's correct, sorry.
Okay, now it has been corrected.
Cameras and real
Sure.
So Kaido, Bane of Nightmares at 4 loyalty. Vin is going to Surveil with an underground mortuary. Has a nurturing peatland that could be sacked to draw a card, potentially. Fatal Push dumped into the graveyard. Okay, didn't sack the peatland. Duress. Source of Plowshare is taken. The other card is Bowmaster.
fetch.
Yep.
A Bloodstained Mire gets cracked. What else could Vin have here? I mean, it's likely Vin has ways to kill Planeswalkers in the deck. With removal spells, that is. I see an Assassin's Trophy just floating in the deck as it's getting shuffled here.
Practice. It's fine. Draw a card.
Okay. Sacking the peatland now to draw a card. And then a Hymn to Turok. Alright, so Bowmaster's gone. Maybe that peatland should have been sacked on end step then. It's hard to say. I don't know what's in Vin's deck. Alright, so Kaido will attack, drop Finn to 12.
I'll fetch.
Audrey is going to fetch. Get a Tundra.
You want to play game one?
Tamio?
Okay, a Tamio, then a Ponder.
One of those days.
Okay, Tamio will flip into the Inquisitive Scholar. Vin is in some trouble here. 2 Planeswalkers on Audrey's side plus a Retrofitter Foundry. Here's Nethergoyf. Audrey makes a servo on unstep.
Plow it. Four. 16. Minus target plow.
Yeah.
Okay, Tamio will minus, targeting Swords to Plowshares, then an attack from Kaido and the servo. Kaido's 0 ability activated. Surveils 2 cards into the graveyard. Plays a Saga. Not too bad. Alright, Vin's going to scoop it up. Audrey takes game 1.
It's like a consistency thing of we can cut the
Especially like if you're fetching basics, like everyone's doing nowadays. It's just like Wasteland just doesn't go as far as it used to.
I used to play Exsanguinator Cavalry for that.
What was it?
Exsanguinator Cavalry.
Getting ready for game 2. Audrey recommending Exsanguinator Cavalry, a card we haven't seen much recently. I believe it was in March of the Machines Commander.
Last like Barrowglyph at this.
Goes back a little bit.
Before it was a way of like keeping lands in hand so that you could cycle them through the blood.
Oh, okay.
Run the play?
Yep. Teach you, man.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, Vin will be on the play here for game 2. Players shuffling up, drawing up hands. Both players have kept 7. Bloodstained Mire gets correct. And a Thoughtseize. So Audrey's hand will be revealed. Meticulous Archive, Flooded Strand, Double Brainstorm, Prismatic Ending, Staff of the Storyteller, and a Ponder.
Prismatic Ending, Ponder. What is this? When enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 Spirit token. With flying. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
Okay, Staff of the Storyteller is selected, and it's gone. Respecting the staff. Meticulous Archive, Surveil for Audrey. Looks like the card is being left on top. Tarmogoyf, okay.
It's 3.
It's currently 3 power.
Tons of plans.
Okay, Prismatic Ending gets fired off. Tarmogoyf is gone. Passing it back to Vin. Yeah, Audrey pointing out in the chat that they got baited. I think we're about to see Grist get slammed. There's Grist. That is a big problem.
Who would have thought Pat make when it dies, it comes back.
Yeah, a nice play here by Vin. Baited out that Prismatic Ending, which was face up. Then slams Grist, which is going to be really hard to beat. Grist the Hunger Tide. Mills a fatal push into the graveyard, makes an insect. Audrey will brainstorm now. Regretting the Prismatic Ending, maybe. There was a chance of follow-up of some discard spells. Maybe wanted to get that Prismatic Ending fired off. But a hand with 2 brainstorms. The only blue mana being Meticulous Archive. Tough spot. Grist is so good. If we're going to add Tamiyo Inquisitive Student to the Planeswalker category for the sake of discussion, even though it's a creature on the front side, what are the top Planeswalkers in Legacy right now? It's got to be Kaito, Grist, Tamiyo. I mean, you occasionally see Teferi Time Raveler, Narset Parter of Veils. A Johnny. Karn. Richard and Pizza pointing out Karn. Jace the Mind Sculptor occasionally, yeah. Staff of the Storyteller on the stack now.
Battlefield, trade a 1/1. Remove a Storyteller.
But if we're gonna push a Johnny and Tamiyo from MH3 out of the discussion for a moment, what is the best Planeswalker card in Legacy right now? On the front side, it's a Planeswalker. Which is the best one in Legacy right now, in your opinion, people of the chat? Yeah, occasionally you'll see Minsk and Boo still.
Bowmaster.
Here's Bowmaster. It's going to be not too bad here. Removes the spirit. Audrey says Kaido 100%.
So I deal 3. Oh, sorry, I deal
Stalker?
Yeah.
Stalactite Stalker. Some agreement in the chat that Kaido is the best Planeswalker in Legacy at the moment. It's not even from a supplemental set. It's from a standard set. Kaido Bane of Nightmares. It's in Dustmourne. Some people suggesting it might be Karn, the great creator.
I'll sacrifice the planes.
Is Grist in the top 3? Is it Kaido, Karn, and Grist? Are those the top 3? Is there a red Planeswalker getting played in Legacy right now? I can't think of a red one.
I'll draw.
Yeah, Karn the Great Creator can be so powerful in the decks that play it. It's so powerful. I guess Minsk and Boo is technically red. Ral Zarek and Ruby Storm. Yeah, that's another flip Planeswalker. Family asking what's the last standard set to drop as many bangers as Duskmourn. Yeah, Duskmourn was great. I think it's been great for Legacy. And great for other formats as well. There are some mumblings now. You know, I barely check X these days, but there's been some rumblings about like Overlord of the Belmark being great and modern to like replace the One Ring or something like that. I mean, some of these opinions that I see, I haven't even played Modern in a really long time at this point, unfortunately, but they just seem like such unserious opinions. How can Overlord of the Belmark even be remotely on that level of the One Ring?
I'll draw.
Or am I out of my mind?
It's a normal token, right?
It's a 2/2.
2/2.
Oh, sorry, 2 words. 3? Because it's a creature token, not
Yep.
Staff of the Storyteller now has 2 story counters on it. Grist has 5 loyalty right now, I believe.
2.
Down to 6.
Okay, Grist ticks up to 6.
Oh, yeah, I created that. So.
I'll move to second main at
Please. I just have 3 in the pile.
Okay, so there are now 3 insect tokens. It's a little bit hard to see that die. I'm sorry, everybody. Stalactite Stalker has 1 counter on it, I believe. And now a Tarmogoyf, so plenty of offense for Vin. We saw in a previous match on today's stream, Audrey does have Toxic Deluges somewhere. Could be a problem.
I think I give you everything except for creature.
Yeah, I have creature.
Looks like Tarmogoyf has 6 power. Stalactite Stalker ticks up.
Yeah, you got it. This is what was in my hand.
All reanimate stuff?
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, split up another great card from Dustmorn.
Yeah, I just drew that. I mean, there was a strong hand. It was a 2 reanimate arrow.
I goldfish, where if you disrupt me, then you
I could have bounced a construct if I wanted, but I'm like, well, I need to like.
Beginning of main phase 1, I'll add
Put a Scrubland.
Okay, here's a Scrubland.
That does, like, when it into reanimates, it's gonna win, and when you have the force forward, it's all a lot.
Prismatic ending the Bowmaster.
What is it?
Prismatic ending on the Bowmaster. Bowmaster is exiled. Audrey free to cantrip now. Or play a Tameo. And then cantrip. Brainstorm.
And then like I put the reanimate stuff, like you can take sources and put the reanimate stuff for the Bowmaster, and I do to extend, but
Grist. Potentially a way to kill Tameo, even if it flips into a Planeswalker. So this Tameo is not safe.
one hard in term, maybe I should bring in 2, like I lost 2 games to Saga. Maybe
Yeah, sure.
maybe I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, Tameo flips. It is now a Planeswalker.
If we just do a draw go and I have a Saga,
I'm gonna bust.
All right, passing the turn.
I mean, like, I never was able to challenge. I guess I just decided not to sign off.
maybe there's a Civic.
Tough. Sounds like a loss in the deck.
For a second, I thought it was too late. Wow, that was insulting.
Oh, the second game, there was a Tameo, so
Yeah, the Tameo, it got
out of control.
Set the token. Play your Tameo.
Second game, the third game.
Okay, so Grist gets minus to 4 loyalty. Sacks an insect token, one of the 3. So now there are 2 left. And Tameo is destroyed. Attacking with Stalactite Stalker and a Tarmogoyf. Stalactite Stalker has 3 power. Tarmogoyf, I believe, has 5? Audrey drops to 9. Underground Mortuary, Surveil, Forest into the graveyard. Vin has no cards in hand. Very aggro is the situation. Stalactite Stalker descended. Now has 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Urza's Saga for Audrey. Might be a little late. Is Audrey in trouble here? It seems like it.
So that lancer. I'll get my artifact.
Wait, so end of the battlefield
And that's a target card, so I'm examining this.
Okay.
So this goes to 5. There's no artifacts anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so Tarmogoyf was at 6, now it's at 5. Staff of the Storyteller will draw a card.
Tamio.
Okay, plays a Tamio.
Sure.
Yeah, it is a fun matchup, I think.
Sure. I'll sacrifice this to draw.
Okay, Tamio flips into a Planeswalker.
It was just all reanimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should always go.
That's why I was like, alright.
He's
got tricks to get like Bajuka Ball and shit, so I'm just like, alright. I just need a bunch of lands. I just need one land. Yeah, because then you can make sure.
My hope there was if I found the two off the top.
And it's supposed to
So Audrey has a Tamio Planeswalker. Grist has 4 loyalty.
I had a bunch of cancers, but I thought you had like
I got this.
So if it was not playing
I think it would have been.
I'll go to 2 and I'll sack another one and focus to kill you, Tamio.
Okay, Grist drops down to 2 loyalty, sacks one of the 2 insects that were left to kill Tamio. And attacking with Tarmogoyf, which I believe has 5 power, and a Stalactite Stalker, which has 4 power. Audrey has a Construct, which is a 2/2 currently. It's going to chump Tarmogoyf. Audrey's going to take 4. Well, 3, I guess. Because of the Tamio. Tamio reduced the power by 1. Stalactite Stalker descends once again.
Oh, I thought it was
Where's the Saga? Ticks up to 2. Audrey will pass. Everybody attacking here. Audrey's gonna flash in a Bowmaster.
I'll draw.
I'll block as such before damage. Wandering Emperor.
The Wandering Emperor getting flashed in. That's an interesting one.
I never like
You're talking about Planeswalkers before. Nobody mentioned this one. But there was a time about 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? I guess 2 years ago. I don't know. When the Wandering Emperor was in the mix as a top Planeswalker in the format.
-2 target this.
-2, targeting the Stalactite Stalker. Which basically says exile target tapped creature. You gain 2 life.
So, I guess in...
I'll draw.
Then thinking about responding to the Wandering Emperor's ability.
Does this mean you can just keep up?
Do just once a turn.
Once a turn, okay.
I can only use it on the turn that it enters, so this is the only time that I can do it on your turn.
Okay. Oh, as long as it entered this turn.
Yeah, so for the rest of the game, it's just a normal one. It's just this turn in particular. So the ability is on the stack that within your stack.
Yeah, thinking about sacking the Stalactite Stalker here.
Let's...
And that would counter the ability and prevent Audrey from gaining 2 life.
That's fine. So you're going to exile this.
Yeah, I'll gain 2 life.
And you gain 2 life.
Then we move to blocks.
Okay, so Vin opted not to do that. Allows Tarmogoyf to be chump blocked. The Orc army dies. Audrey takes no damage. Gained life. Went up to 8 after that big attack. Only Tarmogoyf remains. Mills a card, makes an insect. Grist at 3 loyalty.
It's tough because people have not scrambled.
Now a Barrowglyph. Okay.
Yeah. And
It will have consistent power toughness to Tarmogoyf, except it has Death Touch and Lifelink and a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
It's so tough when it's super dark and cold. Like, from left to queen.
It was real easy when I lived 2 blocks away. But now that I have to drive from Bush.
What does the Wandering Emperor want to do here?
Today, like,
2 blocks, I'm leaving.
No, that's the way I feel about
Construct has been made. Audrey will search with her Saga, trigger the Staff of the Storyteller after the construct enters. 3 story counters on it. Here's Retrofitter Foundry.
Wait, like above the back or something?
No, not above the bank. Not technically. I live right above the New York Coffee Bagel House.
Nice. Good deal, good deal.
not officially.
Okay, so Retrofitter Foundry is on the board now. Another Tameo. Wandering Ember pluses, puts up a +1/+1 counter on the construct, which looks like it's a 4/4 now. Then thinking on end step, Grist has 3 loyalty, so Grist can potentially hit something on the next turn and survive. Alright, untapping now and drawing a card for turn is Vin, who has 2 cards in hand. This has been a battle. Collector Roof. Okay, that's not too bad. In response, make a servo. That'll grow the construct to 5/5.
Reanimate game 2 every single game. I'm not gonna believe this, so the 2 where he countered it, he won, and the 1 where
And
it
there's
was
Swift
all
for 2.
Oh man.
Both Staff of the Storyteller and Retrofitter Foundry now shut off by the Oof.
3 and a 5/5.
Yeah, he countered me into Swords of Barrel Boy. I'm like, well, I have done everything I can do, so we're done here.
Audrey in the chat pointing out, maybe I should have put that +1/+1 counter from the Wandering Emperor on Tameo, so that if Grist gets minus, I can attack it. Good point. Audrey is going to chump Barrowglyph, profitably block the insect, and take damage from OG Tarmogoyf. I don't know. It's got future sight borders, I guess, which is interesting.
It'd be like you and David, just my job.
Does it have the OG art? What about retro frames? Does it have a retro frame on it?
Okay.
Audrey's at 2 life. Hard mode. Thank you for the resub with Prime 15 months. Appreciate that. Magic Ads liking the future sight version.
Okay, great.
Well, it was yeah, it was a blue affinity that had visible wastelands as well.
Wandering Emperor with 2 loyalty. Collector Roof has shut off Retrofitter and Staff of the Storyteller. Cracking a clue also not an option. Grist at 4 loyalty.
Maverick is very soft against him.
Just a yeah, I have to risk a little bit more with the first. The biggest left field.
Just playing.
It's super grindy.
Well, I have 4, so. No, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Grist is getting attacked by a construct which is a 5/5? 4/4.
I know.
Definitely Saga, so that makes more sense. I was thinking.
Gets chumped by an insect. The Wandering Emperor now will make a Samurai.
-1. -1.
2/2 Samurai with Vigilance.
Cold ambulance not for me.
I've never. The card has to like more than BCI, so it costs 2. But there's no criteria. You can always just pay 2. So I've never had it not cost 2. So I melt it down. X equals 2, and I'm like, ambulance. Is like, well, actually the mana cost is 3, but it has this alternate cost you can literally always use for just 2.
I'll pay 4 life and kill your Tamio.
Paying 4 life to kill Tamio. And Audrey has conceded the game. We're going to game 3. What a battle.
What was your out there?
All those people were made involved in this.
All right, we're moving on to game 3. Audrey will be on the play. It looks like Vin is thinking about a mulligan. And 1 card is going on the bottom. Oh, no, we're still sideboarding. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah, the collector roof was really good there in game 2. All right, it turns out Vin was just still mulliganing. We're just going to shuffle up.
What are those?
Oh, okay, no, real cards. Like cards.
Yeah, without the collector roof, Vin may not have won that game. Okay, so once again, Audrey is on the play. Getting ready for game 3.
Okay, but underscore Kaplan was then, before his banned, the first legal constructed format card.
Audrey snap kept 7.
Oh, wait, is it ink or okay? I forget. I don't remember how this works. Is this legal? This is legal?
Sure, I'll try it.
Oh, never mind. It's underscore.
All right, both players have kept 7. Meticulous Archive, Surveil. Pass the turn. Left the card on top. I like a Wasteland here.
It's got so it's banned. Yeah, but What is banned?
Slows down Audrey a bit. Could the one way this could come back to bite Vin if Audrey plays an Urza Saga, starts making some constructs a little bit later on. I don't mind the waste on a Meticulous Archive though. All right, Swords to Plowshares removes the Stalactite Stalker.
Select, and you're at 18 and 19.
You're not wrong.
But those are sweet.
Those are sweet.
What's that?
I mean, when they make full art lands for Zendikar.
No, that was game 2.
Nowadays, it's not unfull art lands?
Yeah. 20. Yeah.
I will say that, like, yeah, I still think the original
Now that I have.
All right, Audrey taking a turn. Staff of the Storyteller once again.
It's not the one that's the entire card, like the unstable ones where like full ones were literally no border.
No,
but these ones are the
my
ones
favorite. That's what that unique border.
That's fair. That's fair. But I like how it's like the rectangle with like
Collector Roof. Plays another Staff of the Storyteller. Makes another Spirit. Collector Roof has been great in this match. Audrey's going to need to beat it again. Well, for the first time, I should say. Didn't beat it last game. Collector Roof attacks.
I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't appeal.
The brown.
It's just something about these. I think it's because like when I first started
Another Goyf. Tarmogoyf.
Basic land. Spending $5 in basic land.
It's not like
Sounds like Nethergoyf has 1 power, Tarmogoyf has 2. The 2 spirits will attack. Audrey will Toxic Deluge. Oof.
Because otherwise it survives, right? Land instant sorcery, 4 life.
Alright, paying 4 life. That wipes the board of creatures. Spirits should be dead.
14 or 12.
Up under. My spirit is also dead.
Alright, that's been corrected. Audrey now playing a Ponder. That Toxic Deluge, I think, caught Vin off guard there. Vin thought it was safe to lay out a whole bunch of creatures. I agree.
The vibrant red from the flames just looks great.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's actually a lot.
Alright, there's a Barrogoyf. There's a Swords.
3, I think 4. I'll tap to draw.
I will even defend.
Soul Guide Lantern, I'll get the.
Okay, Soul Guide Lantern comes in. It's going to target the Collector Roof and remove it.
That's because there was a new pack.
Another collector roof. Okay. Okay. This is not a Zenith deck, so multiple copies make some sense. Audrey may not have been prepared for that. We're back in business. Bullmaster. Ooh, that attack was really risky. Collector Roof dies in combat, unfortunately. Gets blocked by an Orc army after getting pinged by the Bowmaster. Bloodstained Mire gets cracked. Ooh, that's painful. Oof. Oh, Thrun the last troll. Okay. Okay. Urza Saga, trigger. Urza Saga on the board now. Brainstorm for Audrey. Thrun the last troll is an interesting one. Vin is a legit Golgari mage, that's for sure. Duress. The Wandering Emperor gets flashed in. The hand reveals Saga, Prismatic Ending, Swords. Swords is selected.
I ordered just a bunch of cards, just like a bunch of random crap, and all the cards. I was like, like for you, it just felt off.
Thrun attacks. Audrey drops to 8. Shieldred's Edict. Most likely to make Audrey sack a Planeswalker. Gonna minus it to make a Samurai in response. Wandering Emperor goes to the graveyard.
Yeah. Like it looks nice.
Players appear to be trying to pick up the pace here to not have this match end in a draw. The Samurai will attack. It has Vigilance.
Like back when they first printed those retro frame cards.
Thrun might be a problem. Wasteland on Saga. Yeah, the staff triggers were missed. Getting remembered this time, though. But both Sagas are going to die. Audrey will get a Construct. Block with a Bowmaster.
Taking like 25k or something like that. Like portraits like this, and it's just like you see the board.
Inside of my board to like.
But like makeup people have to work it out for sure.
Attack with this, I'll respond.
All right, Samurai attacking. Kaido gets flashed in. Players moving very quickly here. Kaido of Bane of Nightmares. Card is legit. According to Twitch chat, could be one of the best Planeswalkers in the format now.
So when it comes into play like this, does he have a loyalty counter on him?
Yeah, that's for all things a 3/4 store that
Loyalty counters are checked.
Like what's your
So like every month.
so like
You take 3. You take 3. Surveil.
it's like it's like a type in thing.
Oh, it's like nowhere near.
Audrey's going to 0 Kaido, Surveil. 2. And draw a card. Left them both on top. Flooded Strain gets correct.
Add on.
Staff of the Storyteller. 3 triggers.
A third Staff of the Storyteller now. Making a Spirit. Audrey's engine is up and running for sure.
Just put a Max Studio. It's like between the Mac Mini and the Mac Studio Tower.
You block.
Yep. Well, right. So
Well, it dies.
Why would it die?
It's a 5/5. Are you regenerating it?
No, I realize.
Okay, so Thrun not attacking. We're allowing a take back here. Didn't realize the construct was a 5/5. Grist. This is a regular REL game, and we're just being friendly here. Grist makes an insect, dumping another Netherglyph into the yard. Thrun stays back on defense.
I wish I knew that was the case. I think all the discs I
Plus, all ninjas get +1/+1.
Okay, plussing Kaito. All ninjas will get +1/+1. That's an emblem top right of your screen right next to me right here now. Attacking with the Construct and Kaito.
Back on that. Well, I'm on high baseball.
Shouldn't you be on Linux?
Okay, Grist is knocked out.
It's the best thing in the world. I'm like, no.
Yeah, both players trying to move quickly here. There's some mistakes happening on both sides, but it's all good. Lorian revealed, pretty powerful.
For the Tamiya +2.
Oh my god, no. Okay, let me just get like the basic coffee grind, put it in my Keurig machine.
Audrey in the chat pointing out the players are almost at time in the round. I think I just heard time in the round called here, so this is turn 0.
Give me the 30th 7-Eleven coffee.
It's a fatal push getting fired off. It looks like. Gonna hit the construct. Construct gone.
David doesn't know it, but he's insulting me.
Tamiya right here. Tamiya right here. It looks like has flipped. Has 4 loyalty counters.
Where's Tamiya? She's down there? Okay, I'm coming at you.
It's not worth any effort. It's not worth any effort. It is worth effort.
No. Stop.
Didn't take the Tamiya and flip it over yet, but it looks like it's a Planeswalker. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares, is getting red one more time.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that. Yeah. Okay, if I was in Italy and I go to a coffee shop to buy an espresso, fine. Although, am I going to make an espresso every day in the morning? It's very funny. You have an espresso maker, or you use like Nespresso?
Prismatic Ending is in Audrey's hand. Don't know about the rest. Run the last troll has mana open to regenerate if needed. It has hexproof though. Prismatic Ending removes the insect.
And like, you just got +2/+2. I'm on 6.
I expected to stay out.
There's no need to.
There's no need to flex on this guy. There's no need to flex.
Fourth Staff of the Storyteller for Audrey. Makes another spirit. All of them get a story counter. Thinking about what to do with Tamiya, which is a Planeswalker right now. It's just going to plus up to 6. 2 ninja emblems from Kaito right now. That's being indicated by the die with a 2 on it underneath Kaito. This is turn 1 of extra turns right now.
Because I ordered some, I was at a dinner with the guy who runs a really expensive Italian stall.
Actually, I believe right now we're in turn 2 of extra turns since it's Vin's turn.
I ordered some food, he's like, what's that? I was like, what the fuck is this, not an Italian thing? I've never been to Italy my whole life. I just know it was the Italian stand that has like all the most expensive like altars and this and that. They were like in the corner.
It's like Assassin's Trophy getting fired off here. Okay, it's gonna kill a spirit token. You can search for a land. Okay, it wasn't Vin's turn yet. That was in Audrey's end step. My mistake. Now Thrun the last troll will attack.
I don't know anything about
Ping you, triggers.
Okay, Bowmaster getting flashed in. That'll ping Vin. Triggers all of the storytellers. They have a lot of counters on them now. This is now turn 2 of extra turns. Nethergoyf. Yeah, Audrey pointed out moments ago that Soulguide Lantern was missed to prevent these Nethergoyfs. Escaping Nethergoyf by paying 3 mana and Delirium. There it is.
It's also definitely the truth.
My
second favorite.
Legacy because
2.
at least they're to what point
draw a card with this one.
you get to play like some actual magic. I feel like it's I guess it doesn't matter what you can just do everything on the table. It's not burden, but like other people do theory. Yeah.
Well, you have some players who
Take my turn.
you play them. You're gonna be like, oh god, what about you? What's gonna be reaction?
This is now going to be turn 3. Audrey not happy with himself that he missed some things here, but a little bit of crunch at the end of the round now. In extra turns, you can take your time a little bit more, though. They don't have to frantically make plays. Tamio at 6 loyalty. Kaido at 6 loyalty. Gonna minus. Prismatic ending the Netherglyph after picking it up out of the graveyard with Tamio. Plus Kaido. 7 loyalty now for Kaido. 3 ninja emblems. Drops Vin to 3. There's a Spirit and a Bowmaster on defense. Tamio is a Planeswalker with 3 loyalty. This is turn 4 of extra turns now. I think Audrey has this one. It looks like Audrey has this one. The Thrun is able to block Kaido, possibly. Yeah, Audrey would have been dead to removal if the blockers, if 2 blockers weren't held back. Okay, another Netherglyph. Soul Guide Lantern still missed. Netherglyph is back. Well, a different Netherglyph.
I'm afraid of the results.
We know Audrey can use Tamio to get back removal. Audrey, it looks like, can get through 2 damage if Thrun doesn't attack. Okay, Cycling Lorien revealed.
That's at me on a journey.
Found an Underground Sea. Thin the deck.
Yeah, so this is like the actual.
Draw.
Using the Storyteller to draw a card. Doing it again. And one more. Storytellers are drawing Audrey a lot of cards now, late game. Untapping. Thrun. Going to be hard to kill. Netherglyph on defense, but can be easily removed using Tamio and Prismatic Ending again. Brainstorm for Audrey. Looking for a way to deal 1 more damage. It looks like Audrey has a Bowmaster in hand now. That might be game. Tamio gonna minus. Prismatic Ending the Netherglyph. A little bit of shortcutting here. We know there's a Prismatic Ending in the yard. Kaido will plus make another emblem. Attacking with everybody. So Thrun has to chump block Kaido. Another Bowmaster. And that is the match. Audrey gets it. GG's. What a match. That one was a marathon. Wow. Wow. Hope everybody enjoyed that. I certainly did. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Stick around, everybody, for a raid. That wraps it up for me today. We may be live again this week. Keep an eye on our Discord if you're interested in our streaming schedule. I'll see everybody soon either way. Peace out.